Welcome to Futuremakers of Tech, where we sit down with the minds shaping what's coming next in technology. I'm Cheryl Tyus, Global Business Director at Primis Talent, and today we're diving into the world of building software across borders, battling startup chaos, and rethinking the future of AI-driven business ops. Our guest today is a true global operator, Sergey Zvereff, founder and CEO of Trud and Risk. He's launched over 15 startups, steered companies through geopolitical storms, and describes himself as a crypto anarchist, causing a global meritocracy. Buckle up, this is going to be part founder war story, part tech masterclass, and a glimpse into the future of how we'll work, build, and maybe even live. Welcome, Sergey. How are you today?
Thank you very much, Cheryl. Great to see you. I'm very good. How are you?
Yeah, really good. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll dive right in. You have launched 15 plus startups across various continents, weathered geopolitical storms and reset in India and Nepal. You must feel like the James Bond of SaaS right now.
I believe James Bond, he got government backup and some corporate investors. So we are in different situations. But what I can truly say is that my life is anything but boring. This is well paid, and unfortunately not only by me, but I'm very grateful.
What do you think is something that people always get wrong about building tech in different countries, especially the UAE versus Russia versus the US?
I'm working mostly in startup industry, startup and corporate automation, and also startups for corporates. So I believe that people really underestimate how inefficient the industry is. So there are lots of talks about, for example, carbon dioxide reduction, and we're trying to get the world more efficient in this way. But in terms of startups, it's lots, hundreds, thousands, billions of sharp minds of the humanity work 24/7. I think they just health and life with 95% chance of failure. Silicon Valley can offer themselves this, can allow themselves to work in this mode, but most of the world cannot. And I believe that there might be much more infrastructural shifts and much more infrastructural solutions to change it somehow. And this is a big work, but the industry now requests more for simple solutions and small applications, which might not be the best case to solve this problem I'm talking about. So this is my top to highlight instantly, from the top of my mind.
Nice. I guess you've described yourself as a fan of global meritocracy. So how does that worldview shape the software that you build?
Yeah, I described it was, it was this kind of fashion, and it was this kind of dream a couple of years ago when it boomed and when we believed. And I believe this is fully built in what I'm doing. I'm doing the ecosystem for bright minds to work on the bright projects and to connect different organizations, different people across the border. I firmly believed in those ideals marketed by crypto guys, but unfortunately, as we know, crypto industry now has not managed to achieve this freedom goals and this cross-border goals, except for just financing. But I believe that the ideals were far more than just about financing. So I still have those ideals, and I believe that each and every really IT guy and girl should share it at least partially. But we are not there yet. And I'm building towards it. If not with crypto, if not with the protocol. So, crypto now is more of it's just an idea. So maybe it won't be crypto, but it should be definitely freedom, and it should be definitely meritocracy, and it should be definitely spread across the globe and accessible for all the people.
For sure. You once said one day you're young and cool, and the next day you're thinking about B2B SaaS. What happened the day after?
It's not me who said it. I just read it. And for me, I don't know. It was vice versa. That was quite surprising. I was interested in B2B SaaS from high school and from the university. And there was absolutely nobody in the room who would be interested in this the same way as I used to be. And now I feel I'm getting younger. So I'm less and less interested in this. I used to work a lot with software corporate architectures and how they're working. Now, mostly I'm not interested at all. But this doesn't mean that I'm not useful for the industry, because now I'm much more interested in people and how do people collaborate. And so I'm interested in energy. So I'm trying to find people who are interested in the way I used to be interested, or maybe in another way, in their own way, but really ready to work in this sphere, and I want to help them, I want to coordinate them, and I want to give them access to the best resources I might help with.
Nice. Well, on that note, let's talk about Risk Launcher, AI for business ops. What's broken about SaaS workflows that you are currently fixing?
I would not even say that something is broken. I would just say that we have the risk, but we, the humanity, have to rewrite all the software almost from scratch to enable real AI and to change everything. Now we are in the midst of the technological revolution, of course. So right now, it's not just man in the middle, it's just the army in the middle of any usage of software. So mostly the end user of software is not that much a business person, is a kind of a tech guy, but not a developer, something in the middle. And the software of the future should have the end user just business person, and the final contributor just software guy, developer or architect. And everything what's in between of them should be automated and orchestrated. So it's kind of platform to connect and to UI business with the developers.
If Risk were a person, what would their personality be? And would they be easier to work with than your average ops manager?
I believe Risk already has a personality. And this is a personality to get more done and to have less conversations on that. So you just tell it what you want to do and you get it. And the spare time is for partying.
Very fair. I mean, you've built quite a few AI agents, haven't you? And this one is to control infrastructure. But what's your biggest aha moment when working with this so far?
Yeah. I feel what really surprised me is how good it actually can be working, because there's a lot of anti-hype now regarding AI. This is just it's all ChatGPT rappers and lots of guys just with their banana smoothies in Starbucks, just thinking how to print money out of nothing. But if done good, it really works and it really helps so much. And the whole processes can be automated. Really, there are lots of buzzwords around it right now. That people will go it will exchange people, it will substitute people, it will disrupt the whole industries. But this is kind of true, and it's already working. So of course, for most of cases, as we discussed above, 95% of failure, there are lots of just trials. But there are also already lots of outcomes, especially in progressive countries like the UAE.
Nice. What's a use case of something that someone's tried building on Trud or Risk?
Use cases?
Yeah, we'd love to hear some.
Yeah, of course. Those are mostly automations of marketing right now, automations of outreach, automations of internal processes like documents creation, compliance, HR, recruitment processes. Just custom processes, because there is a lot of things which is already automated, but there are lots of gaps among them. So you wanna build a bridge between your CRM and your ERP, and you want to do it in the most agile way. So that's how you can use Risk Launcher. And as I said, maybe I said it before we hit recording, we right now are releasing the new version, which would allow service providers to create their own tools, which would help their potential customers to get instant effect with AI and with a knowledge base owned by the tools creator, and then go to human workflow, and then to help them to provide services for extra payments. And this is how, additionally to contributing into this marketing part, we're also trying to get rid of cold outreaches and to get rid of useless cold intros with just exploring the service and assigning cold calls. I believe this should not work in 21st century anymore.
Really?
So I believe this is the main case right now we're trying to solve. And this is a huge industry. It's not just industry, it's it's a lifestyle. We're going to disrupt.
Yeah, good. How's it all been going lately?
It's all been going really good. We're having lots of contributors waiting for this new product to spread their services across different sectors. We are starting pretty lean in the UAE, but we're going to come back to the USA and to Europe. And right now we have some prominent partners in the regions. So I hope that you will be able to see it pretty soon in our updates.
Nice. And on that note, I know that Trud has survived a lot of different pivot points along the journey. What's been one of the hardest moments in your founder journey so far? I know there are a lot of founders that will be listening to this.
I remember one time I spoke with my daughter and I said something like, "Oh, the following week gonna be nuts." And she said, "Daddy, it's all your weeks. You always say like this." So I would not speak like anything specific. This is all nuts until you are done.
Fair. What's your secret for building lean but highly technical teams across the globe? And do they ever sleep these days?
I feel that this is my personal, maybe like superpower. I have lots of drawbacks, but this is the thing I can do like really good. We always raise people. I'm not a big fan of, it's not about not being a big fan, because usually when we join when we help some startup, of course they want us to be as lean as possible. I think you cannot just hire like lead architect. You cannot just hire a CTO in the market. So we collaborate with internship programs. We collaborate with universities. We collaborate with just anyone signing up to our Truth community. You can enjoy the link. So we are raising them, and we're doing this really fast. So I believe the record was one guy coming as an intern, like as a junior developer, becoming a senior in like under 9 months. This is how we do it. Yeah, because we have lots of complex and interesting tasks, and we have a nice culture, and it's already like remote, which helps like people a lot in the current circumstances. And we believe in them, and we don't bind them with any like other obligations of just like delivering timely. So we don't have like too much of meetings, we don't have too much of like scheduling, but we have just interesting tasks, and we help.
So let them focus, essentially.
Yeah.
Give them interesting work to do. Do you ever feel like the startup ecosystem really favors the loud hype over proper deep tech?
No, I believe in the industry, and I believe in what the guys are doing. And you know, like the industry is founded by like the smartest guys in the world, at least a lot of them. But of course, as I said, like in the beginning, I shared my concerns regarding how it works and regarding the efficiency. So yes, this is a big of thousands of small companies doing the same things, differing wrong ways, emitting carbon dioxide. You know, but in general, lots of so many good things are going on. So I believe it's really emerging and evolving. But the question of efficiency is something which should be solved, and which is being solved.
Sure. Okay. Well, you talk about automating code gen, deployment, and docs. So do you think junior devs should be worried, or they should just retrain as AI whisperers?
No, I believe there would be plenty of room for anyone, especially for junior, because like there is a lot of debugging and there is a lot of setting up. Of course, AI whispering is the new skill. Maybe they should be worried to stuck on it. You know? So if you develop in different scopes, and if you really understand the architecture, and if you really dig deep, you would hardly be replaceable. But maybe there is a lot of hype, and it is the ongoing hype, obviously, right now. But there are always some positions which are needed only today, like the AI whisperer. Don't get stuck on those positions, and just keep learning, and everything's going to be good. I believe the most affected slice is the people who are tired to change and tired to evolve. Sometimes I can even feel something like this in myself when I just like don't have a vacation for too long time. But it's also kind of buzzword that we always have to learn, and we always have to like change and evolve. I believe this is like the main point of concern for anyone. And being like developer or non-developer is okay. It's not under the risk.
Same for everyone, I guess. I mean, if AI agents are the new employees, how do you think that's going to affect the workplace culture?
I believe the more we automate, the more important we make this non-automated part and the personal relations. So I would truly bet on increasing human-to-human collaboration culture. And those guys, like automated guys, like right now for me is just more of like PR and marketing, and the employees, and they work with you. Actually, those are just programs and routines which help like real people. So mind real people, like I mind real people. And I believe that just more attention should be paid to them. This is how it might affect the industry.
Annual reviews and pizza Fridays for all the AI employees in the business.
Yeah, reviews, constant reviews, and the best AI employees get more resources as they scale. But as they work 24/7, they have continuous review and continuous pizza deployment and integration.
Look, what's next for you guys? What's the plan going forward? What's coming up over the next year for you?
We have lots of folks in the community like eager to work, and our goal is to make our best effort to get like our big vision implemented, so we can we can provide this work for all the people. Like as you know, like we have like more than 3,000 folks registered in the Truth community, and we have this front line of Risk Launcher, which should be integrated into businesses being customers for those guys in the community. So this is kind of my dream, to let them all bring whatever and they're very diverse. It's not just developers. Some of them are service providers, I don't know, like paralegals and marketers, but there is work for them all. And we truly hope to build that bridge and to let people contribute directly to the processes and to be somehow like free and independent, but still be needed on the market and be successful. And for companies, of course, we're providing the leanest way to solve their daily tasks and to solve their strategic tasks by the best people who we can find with AI orchestration and with AI automation.
Do you feel like there's a lot of competition out there for you at the moment?
Every second person out of the million startups, of course, build AI agents.
Well, this year.
But coming to clients and coming to enterprises, I don't have anyone doing like offering the same. What am I doing? I have competition in delivering the vision. My vision, like our vision, is pretty unique, I would say, and it's somehow challenging because we are not like we're going to be the first in some scopes, and it's always challenging. So your main competitors are status quo and big corporations who just like hold everything exactly the way it used to be like 40 years ago. Across the market, I would say we don't have direct competitors. We have partners, and we have a lot of companies who we want to collaborate with.
And what is your real USP, your point of difference from everybody else?
I believe this focus on people right now. Like I mean, if we are diving into like project details or value proposition details, I believe in AI backed by people and backed by the data. Of course, I believe eventually the market would drive to somewhere that direction. But most of the companies right now betting on like AI algorithms and changing like language models and changing the big data models. And we are focusing more on this human parts, on human workflows. So we use a lot of standard stuff already provided by ChatGPT and by Gemini and by DeepSeek and by Hugging Face models. But we're doing very neat setup of human workflows and of plugging in like real people for that. I believe not that much companies concentrate on that part. And that's why we're happy to collaborate, because we have our own unique piece of concentration, and for everything else, we're gonna be partners.
Yeah, what would your ideal like type of business to collaborate with look like?
Right now, we already have a community call for all service providers, like lawyers, financial consultants, marketers, PR guys. They can wrap up their existing like knowledge bases, like databases of influencers, bases of legal documents. They can wrap it up into our AI engine to provide services for their customers automatically, and then they can come by themselves and provide a fine-tuned service with like human workflow. This is what we automate, and so we are pretty much industry agnostic. This is for the community, and the end customers, they are also industry agnostic. We help like lots of different industries, because this is, like this is general automation. This is an engine. It's not some application of like. This is also how we differentiate. This is our big struggle, and of course, I understand that why we don't like these like general solutions. But when it all happened, like when like the Microsoft and Apple began, somebody just had to do something complex, and now I believe someone again just has to create a complex infrastructure, not only for the software this time, but also for people.
Are there any like really significant like challenges that you've faced or that you're currently facing that you can share again for our founder audience? I'm sure everybody's trying to get over hurdles, or they have been for the last couple of years in this economy, and it'd be good to just share some insights into how you've got past those.
How I got past through the hardest challenges? Yeah, I went to India. I have a tip that everything is an illusion and the game, and nothing exists but the one general I uniting all of us. We're just playing.
It's all a game.
Sometimes we die playing and die trying, but still you can not exist, or you can exist this funny way. So that's my personal tip for myself.
I guess that's a personal tip. I was actually going to ask you if there was a tip or a piece of advice that you would give out to any other founders.
I believe I'm not in that position yet to teach someone something and to public advices.
Something you've learned along the way.
I believe guys should read more non-tech books. We're gonna live in interesting times, and we are in the middle of the technological revolution again, but like informational revolution. But next ongoing revolutions, they won't be all technological. They would be like real world, and the word is, what's going on in the world. So I believe that humanitarian qualities and like compassion might be something which might really change the world. Not the way AI changes.
Balance that with technology, hey? And what are your favorite books? Any recommendation?
I love Russian books, Russian classics. And I love Tadazin, Quran, Bible, Bhagavad Gita, and math books, physics books. By the way, quantum stuff, like this quantum physics stuff is emerging right now. And it's also getting like popped a lot. So it's like a kind of quantum pop culture. Anyone knows who is a Schrödinger cat. There are some really philosophical and really scientific books behind that. So it's not just about reels. I would suggest trying.
Definitely good to read. Well, look, before we wrap up today, is there anything else that you wanted to share? I'd love to know, for one, where people can find you if they want to reach out and collaborate, but anything else you'd like to share as well?
I'd like to share my best wishes. And we are available at truth.com. We're available through my LinkedIn, and we're available through my Instagram. Also, as I said, we have not only a value proposition for our clients, but we also have internship programs, and we also have interesting projects to be done. So we're not just like selling our services. We are calling for anyone to collaborate, and also we can just promote their stuff if they launch agents inside Rizik Launcher. This would be for free with Sheryl promo code for the nearest month, I believe. So we can just help sharing services and figure out how to start, how to launch, how to do your own thing, and maybe share some tech advice. So outreach us. We will see what can we do for you.
Thank you so much for sharing those raw insights for us today, Sergey. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, Sheryl, for this opportunity. Thank you very much for what you're doing. And looking forward to seeing you again.
Yeah, we'll keep following on your journey. We'd love to catch up with you again.